wheel of Samsara. Remember, it can be called many different things. It's the wheel of change, the wheel of development, the wheel of impermanence. Okay, so this is, we're going to get into some of the inside stuff right now, but right now we see this one big guy surrounding the wheel. This is Mara, or Yama, and I'll explain who Mara and Yama are a little bit later. We'll go into that a little bit. Mara, remember, was the tempter, the person who tried to tempt the Buddha when he sat underneath the Bodhi tree to try to gain enlightenment. Remember, he threw things at him and tried to scare him and sent his daughters to him and all that stuff. We'll go through that story at a later time. Right now we're going to talk about this one here. Notice the intensity, the fierceness, the teeth. It's a very scary kind of monster. And the reason it's looking like that is not to scare you necessarily, but it's to show the fierceness and the intensity of that responsibility of turning this wheel. Notice also the Mara or Yama here is holding on to the wheel and actually turning it with all of the limbs. And each of these limbs have a different meaning or a different symbolism. For example, birth, old age, sickness, and eventually death. Sometimes Yama or Mara here can be shown also as a skeleton, which shows more of the impermanence idea, right? Because everything's going to end in death, basically. Not in a totally like pessimistic kind of way, because that's what a lot of Buddhist stuff tends to look like on the surface. It tends to look scary. It tends to look very depressing. But as you get into it, you're going to see that there's light inside there. And that's going to bring us over here eventually to the moon. We'll see that, and I'll talk about that a little bit later once we fill in this part over here, which is going to have a picture of the Buddha pointing at the moon, and I'll go over all that kind of stuff. So here we are with Yama. Yama is the, again, Yama is the lord of the hell realm. Yama is the keeper of hell, basically. Not like Satan, not like Lucifer or something like that, but he's the keeper, and he keeps turning this wheel. Remember, this wheel is constant change. These are basic tenets in Buddhism. We always have something that has to do with impermanence and change. These are change. These are constant things that we see. So keep that in mind as we go through the rest of the drawing here. We're going to get a little bit more detailed with each section. So again, this is Mara. We're going to go to the next section, and we're going to talk about the Buddha and the moon, and how the moon is an example of enlightenment and all that. So stay with me again. This is the Basic Buddhist. I'm Dhammajivaka. Sorry. This is Reverend Sean. I'm here with the Centered Path, and we're going to go through this entire section. So thanks for watching. Go down at the bottom and subscribe. Leave me a comment, please. Like the video. It helps me out to see how I'm doing. And I'm going to keep adding more and more videos. So I hope you're doing well. I want you to be really, really happy. And let's learn something together. Talk to you soon. Thank you very much with Metta.